You want my opinion about Battleborn versus Overwatch versus Paladins? Shut up. You got 3 great games coming out to you, and they're only getting better. Now let me tell you why a lot of these arguments about which one should I play or what should I do are ridiculous, because you don't have to pick just one. Now I understand a lot of people have monetary concerns. You can't shell out $120 on games right now. I don't need you to. I just want people to understand that comparing Overwatch to Paladins right now is like asking LeBron James to go 1v1 against a baby. The LeBron James is going to win every time, okay? That's just what's going to happen. Oh my god, Raynday just went in on Paladins. Let me tweet about this. No, I didn't just go in on Paladins, guys. I'm telling you the truth. Paladins is in a closed beta. It is a game that is not out yet. It's not even out to anyone who wants to be in it. They've got to get a beta key. Albeit it's very easy to get one nowadays, it's in a phase of development. Let me taste your meal before it's cooked. Let me read your essay and grade it before you've written it. These are the things we're doing when we're comparing Paladins to Overwatch right now, which is an extremely polished game, and to be honest, that's what sets Overwatch apart for me only at this moment. Overwatch has had so much money behind it. Of course, it's a great company with Blizzard, but the fact is the polish of their game makes it what's so enticing to people. Not only the graphics, but the small details, the character development, all of those things you can spend once you've got the idea of where your game is going, and once you've got all of the basic mechanics down to where you feel comfortable. This is the process that Paladins is nowhere near. They're looking to change their game so that they get the game they want. The type of game that feels like the type of mechanics, the type of gameplay that they're interested in having. Do they want capture and payload type style? Do they want more siege mechanics? They've been going through these adjustments, and it's been helping them learn via the player feedback they've been getting on a weekly basis. Now the reason in this video, Paladins versus Overwatch versus Battleborn, which one should I buy, that's going pretty viral right now, dissed Paladins so much is because the guy basically did what everyone else did who took a break from Paladins. He was playing a few months ago and then came back and saw that everything was different and it was a completely unique game. Now to be fair, if you're like me and you're in the high-res studio circle where you play a lot of SMITE, you follow the guys on Twitter, you know what's going on, you're not worried about that because you know this is their mantra for a closed beta, right? That's what they do. It's all about fast changes, rapid feedback, really adjusting the game very dynamically to get the best results very quickly without having to, have this kind of like set rule set of, hey, you got to make a perfect game now. They're trying things. That's the whole point of this closed beta for them. But imagine you're just a gamer. You pick up Paladins and all of a sudden you don't play for a few months, you come back trying to play the game that you kind of enjoyed when you first picked it up, and it is this completely different game. I could see how that could be a little unsettling, especially if you don't know the backstory or why they're doing that, and it could feel like this company has gone a crazy direction and they don't have their heads on right. But if you know Hi-Res Studios' perspective, you know that's not true. See, I think the biggest crux of this issue, which I keep repeating, is the fact that Hi-Res Studios' Paladins is in infancy. It's really being developed, and to compare something before it's ready to be compared is doing not only yourself, but other viewers who may watch your video a disservice. I would never put a final verdict onto Paladins right now, and I don't think he's doing that in his video either, to be fair. But what I do think he's doing is spreading a very dangerous truth about Paladins, which is the fact that it has been changing, but not giving the full story and saying why it's been changing and what the designer and the studio's goals are for those rapid changes and kind of their mantra for closed betas. I think not including that information in that video is potentially very damning, and it's my intention to kind of clarify that even in our community of what's really going on. Now again, his total argument is that Battleborn and Overwatch are better games than Paladins, and right now, though you could look at, hey, Paladins I think has much more potential, I love the idea of Paladins and where they're going, I believe that Battleborn, maybe, but Overwatch is clearly a better game at this point, and that is nothing against Paladins. Again, it's like saying LeBron James as he's in his NBA career versus a baby. LeBron James is going to win every single time, and that's because he's in a better position to. He's had more experience. He's really been developed more to be playing at a high level versus the baby who's still trying to figure out how to walk and what they want to do, what their opinions are, etc., etc. There's a lot of growing left to do. But also, here's one of the worst things I think this video and kind of the mentality of people nowadays is suggesting. It's that that, we have to choose one. Only one game can succeed. I can only spend my time with one video game. I mean, are you kidding me? When's the last time you only watched one TV show? When's the last time you only wanted to see one movie forever and ever again? Playing a video game is the same thing. We want new video games, otherwise we would all still be playing The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time or Mario Kart, okay? Come on guys, we love new games. We're gamers, that's what we do. We're not looking for one game to rule them all. This isn't Lord of the Rings. And so with that being said, why are we trying to pit these games against each other? I mean, I love playing Overwatch as much as I love playing Paladins, as much as I love playing Battleborn. I like all three. Now, although there are some things that I like more about Overwatch than Paladins, and some things I like about Paladins way more than I like about Battleborn, it will not make me say, hey, I'll never look at these other two games again. In fact, I think you're doing yourself as a gamer a disservice to listen to someone telling you that you should be picking one or the other. Hey, but Raynday, I've only got a few minutes on my hands. I can't play all these games. I kind of need to pick one because I want to get into one. I want to get really good at one. And for those of you who feel that way, that does make sense. I feel that same way about several games. I really only play SMITE. That's the only MOBA I play. Although I do enjoy sometimes Heroes of the Storm, I don't really play it because I play SMITE. Alright, but real talk, do you want the option? Do you want the option to play Overwatch and Paladins and Battleborn, or do you want to just say, oh, I'm an Overwatch man and never play any of those games again? Even when you've played Overwatch for 3 days in a row and you're getting tired of it and you want a little bit of variety. See, that's the thing. I mean, I love rom-coms. Matthew McConaughey, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Give me some of that when I'm snuggling next to my boo and it's time to Netflix and chill, if you know what I mean. But if me and my cousin are having a bro night and we want to watch something funny or we want to watch an action flick, then get that Matthew McConaughey out of here. I want variety, I want options, and if you don't encourage all of these games to be the best they can be, you lose those options. You start making companies and games fail because you put out negative press and do not support them in their stages of development, so that you then don't encourage those options to be available to you as a consumer in the future. See, these types of ideas are the ideas that perpetuate in our society and are very scary at this point in time, because we're still living in this mentality that one game, one person, one company has to win and others have to lose. That's not what life is about. We can all win. We could all be valuable to one another or to different parts of each other, right? A lot of people will love Paladins more than they love Overwatch or Battleborn, and vice versa. That's just the way people are. Some people love different movies. Some people love different music. That's just how it is. We need music to cater to those individuals and to every person. It's not just going to be one wins and all the others lose. Now, to sum up, the guy who made the video was very well spoken, and I do appreciate a lot of his thoughts. I think he could actually be a very good game reviewer in the future. But again, the problem with his review for Paladins specifically was that he had a very clear bad taste in his mouth. And I think that bad taste wasn't warranted. I don't think he was aware of what Paladins was doing or their intentions for changing the game that drastically, and I think it made him consider the game pay to win, which it clearly is not. I've watched the competitive scene and I'm a caster for the game. I know it's not pay to win. I know the card system is not in that way, and of course there are going to be adjustments to it, but it just felt like it was not given a fair look. And the other thing is, I think this whole idea of one or the other is pointless, and I think we can all recognize that certain games are valuable for certain people, and it's great that we have the variety to be able to choose, even if we enjoy Overwatch more for a year and suddenly we become bored and we decide to switch to one of the other games because they pique our interest a little bit more. And hopefully in this world we can all start to realize that we can have 3, 4, 5, or even 10 great games come out and not have to compare them against each other, but enjoy all of them for what they are. Their unique experiences, the unique things that they offer, and the memories that we may be able to create as friends or just individuals when we sit down and experience them ourselves. As a man who grew up playing Mario and Legend of Zelda and Sonic and Mega Man, games that fascinated my imagination and my mind and made me crave for more classics and more intangible experiences with people that I love, playing this game that took us to places we never thought we could be. I am a proponent of more games coming out that succeed. I do not want any game to fail, and I want to give feedback, of course, but I want to make sure that that feedback is warranted, is fair, and that helps that game grow, not hurts them or puts them in a bad spot. So what's your thought? Do you think one needs to rule them all? Do you think all three can have their place in the hero shooter genre, which is kind of just beginning? Or do you think something else completely? Let me know in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your thoughts, and I'd love to hear what you have to say about which game you enjoy and why, and what you think the others could do to kind of pique your interest a little bit more. If you like this video, please leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more content like this here at Raynday Gaming. And as always, guys, remember to never give up, never stop gaming, and I'll see you all next time.